even if you have the right of way.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
All right, great friends. Hey, what's going on? It's Friday afternoon. This is Kaplan and Crew. We got Grande and the Brown Man. We're coming to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. The website is 7milecasino.com. And I do want to invite everybody this weekend, because Browner, I know you watch the news. That's why you're so educated. Today it's nice out, right? And yesterday was a spectacular day. Are we getting more rain and wind and cold this weekend? Do you know?
It's supposed to be clear. Let me double check.
Okay. Well, I know you watch the news. I know that's why you're so much smarter than the rest of us.
Do we count weather as the news? Like, do you get credit for looking at the Weather Channel as news?
Yeah. No, not the Weather Channel. It has to come from a local weathercaster.
Got it.
Yeah,
we're clear. We're clear today and tomorrow. We don't.
Right.
There's no rain in the forecast.
I'm heading up to Laguna Mountain today.
You are?
Yeah.
What's going on up there?
There's snow.
You know, I've never been to Laguna Mountain, and to be honest with you, Grande, I'm not even really sure I know where Laguna Mountain
Highway.
is. Oh, so heading like as if you're going towards Phoenix.
So if you're going towards the valley, and then just get off on Sunrise Highway and just it's right there.
Okay, never been.
They, as of today at 8 a.m., they had 34 inches of snow still.
Oh my God, dude!
No thanks.
And
thanks.
It's 30 minutes away.
Dude, I was originally supposed to be in Mammoth today, which is why I had originally scheduled the day off, but I'm not there. My girlfriend took her girlfriends to her place up in Mammoth. Dude, they've gotten 40 feet of snow so far this winter.
Oh God,
feet.
So her house is an igloo.
Dude, if I showed you guys videos of how high the snow is packed on the roads that have been cleared, I'm not saying it's 40 feet, but it could be 25 feet in the air. I'm not joking. When they got to her house, there's a back door which goes out to like the 10th fairway of the golf course that's up there. Dude, you can't see the golf course because the snow is piled up so high that you can't even see outside the door. Yeah. Now, by the way, this is in Mammoth. Yesterday, I was up in LA. As you drive north on the 5, when you get to Orange County and you're trying to decide, am I going 5 north? Am I peeling off? And am I going to take the 73? This is in Laguna Niguel. When you see the mountains, they are snow covered, not snow capped. I'm talking from top to bottom. The mountains are just white. It's phenomenal and beautiful. So, Alex, what are you doing out in Mount Laguna? Are you going sledding?
No. So I have this dog who is like part husky, but she's never been in the snow. So we just want to go and see how she would react in the snow. And I'm very California. We had this conversation when you were gone last week, Scott, about how I just like going to the snow, not necessarily to do anything at the snow. So it's just a quick trip. It's a quick drive. Go up there, see how the dog does, and then bounce. That's it.
Maybe I'll do the same thing on Sunday. Maybe I'll take my daughter and just drive up to Big Bear, slap on the boards, and just ski for a couple hours, and then come right back home.
Good luck.
I know, right? Probably chances
I
have
an acquaintance who posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yep.
You know that main mountain in Big Bear?
The
main lift,
like Snow Summit or Bear Mountain or whatever.
Snow Summit.
Yeah.
I think the line was to the parking lot.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow.
Because the roads are clear enough now where you can actually get up there.
Uh-huh.
And then it is just packed, dude.
I'm gonna send you a picture from yesterday of these mountains. I mean, it's incredible to see the amount of snow that we have received. Most of us don't understand it because it's just like we live here and where at the level that we live, it rains and it's windy and it's cold. But
I think we understand that if you go to Coronado right now and you look behind downtown, we're very used to just seeing those mountains there and not paying attention to them. If you go there right now, those mountains are covered in snow.
Oh,
if you drive up to Escondido and you look to the right where like Safari Park and all those mountains are, they're packed with snow. Like it's just things that you've never seen have snow before.
Dude, I saw a picture the other day from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. And it was a picture that was literally taken in front of the Rose Bowl where it says the Rose Bowl in front of it. And you can see the stadium, but behind it is all snow-capped mountains.
How about the pictures of just Hollywood, like behind Hollywood?
I haven't seen
Have you
those.
seen those?
No, I haven't seen
I
them.
just got your pictures. So
Oh, dude, you got to see these pictures yesterday that I took. I admit this, and it's a bad thing to admit. So I know everybody's going to criticize me,
I
but I'll
would just don't. You were at a red light.
okay. You can say that, even though you can see that I'm on the freeway, and I'm taking pictures. I'm taking pictures because I'm like, I can't believe what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, these pictures are the snow on the mountains is insanity. And people right now who are driving around, who are somewhere around, and they're looking and they're going, dude, I can see it from where I'm driving right now.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm talking about? Oh my God, no way. Alex is
That's
showing us a picture
crazy.
right now.
That looks fake.
It does. Alex is showing us a picture right now of the Hollywood sign, and you see the word Hollywood, and you see all the communication towers at the top of the mountain, and then behind it, the mountains are just completely snow capped. I mean,
covered.
That is impressive. That is
Yeah.
incredible. Can you show the pictures that I took yesterday, or is it okay? Check this out, Browner. I'm driving up yesterday. I'm driving to LA, and I'm in Orange County, and I'm in like the Laguna Niguel, Dana Point area, and I'm heading north, and I can look off to the right, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me! I mean, look at that, dude. Look at these pictures that I took yesterday.
Oh,
That's a
you're a
lot of
toll road
snow.
kind of guy, huh?
Yeah, I was taking the 73.
Yeah, I
Of
could
course
see
he
that.
is.
I could see that.
Shocker.
By the way,
Shocker.
I got a nice little envelope from the toll road myself over here after the
Yeah.
me and Lawhead and Browner's excursion that I forgot to pay that day.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's cool. I got time.
How about the other picture I took? I went to visit a friend yesterday, and I pulled up into his neighborhood, and I was like, what the hell? Look at this picture, dude. I'm just looking straight east here, and look at this picture of these mountains completely covered in snow. I mean, if this were Colorado or Utah, you'd be like, yeah, naturally. But dude,
And then people wonder why I'm never moving out of California. There's snow. You just got to drive to it.
yeah.
It's beach. You just got to drive to it. Like, what are you doing? It's the ocean. What are you doing? Where are you going? Why are you going to Arizona? For what?
Yeah, it's crazy because if you drive through LA and you see there's huge mountains down on the east side of the 5.
Yep.
But a lot of times when you're driving, you're like, is that smog or is that an outline of a mountain? Right now, there's no confusion what it is because you could actually see the snow in the mountain. Yeah, so dude, it's insane, dude.
I know
the
it
amount
is.
of
It
snow
is
out there
amazing.
now.
All right, let me do this. Let me get us into a couple things we want to talk about here on a Friday afternoon from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. By the way, if you're going to head south this weekend, or at least, from where I am, you're going to head south. From where Browner and Grande are in North Park, you'd be heading south. You're going down to Chula Vista, and you're going down to 7 Mile Casino Studios. Well, this is the studio. But if you're going down to the casino itself, 7 Mile Casino is only 7 minutes south of downtown San Diego. It's a completely smoke-free environment. It is not a massive casino with thousands of slot machines. It's really just poker, blackjack, and table games on one side. And then on the other side is Sammy's Restaurant and Bar, which most people know as Sammy's Wood-Fire Pizza from around San Diego. It's not a big, giant place with a massive hotel and a cool pool scene that nobody can use right now because it's too cold. It doesn't have 20 restaurants and thousands of slots. It's really just a card room. And so if you are looking for something fun, warm, dry, great food, that's 7 Mile Casino. And as you guys well know, May 4th, make your plans now, put it on your calendar. More details coming. But on May 4th, we're going to do our first dinner of the year as a group, but we're going to make it bigger than a dinner. It's a dinner and a show. I don't want to give away all the details yet, but it's May 4th, which is an awesome night because it's a Thursday. Padres don't play that day. Next day, Padres and Dodgers start a series at Petco Park, and it's Cinco de Mayo. So I think we've picked the perfect day for it. Mark your calendars. May 4th, 7 Mile Casino, and their website is 7milecasino.com.
One more before we move on. This is from
Yeah.
Casey Alfred of the UT. The snow behind downtown.
Yeah, that's a beautiful picture. That is a beautiful picture. I mean, we do see that on rare occasions where you are in Point Loma and you're looking across and you're looking into downtown San Diego and you can see the snow-capped mountains in the background. Beautiful picture. Way to go, Casey. Appreciate that. All right. Okay. Hey, before we get to the Padres, I know you guys talked about this a little bit yesterday, but this really does explain what I've been trying to explain for years to people. You can tell me that you're the biggest Charger fan. You can tell me that I'm the biggest Charger hater. You can criticize me on Twitter and tell me that I'm still salty and I need to get over it. That's all fine. What I've been trying to explain to you this entire time is it didn't matter if they were in San Diego or if they're in LA. It didn't matter if on the Forbes list they were the 24th most valuable team in the NFL or now they're the 16th most valuable team in the NFL. It didn't matter that they were a billion-dollar franchise in San Diego and a multi-billion-dollar franchise in LA. Doesn't matter who their coach is, doesn't matter who their quarterback is. None of it matters. In the final analysis, the reason that the Chargers always fail, always, is because of their ownership. And what I mean by that is the ownership is cheap. Now, you know this already. Now, people will say to me, they're not cheap. Look, they went out and they spent this much money on this free agent player. They went out and they're paying this guy. They drafted this guy and now they're paying him all this money. They're going to have to pay Justin Herbert a fortune to stay. Yeah, they'll spend money on players. That is true. They will spend money on players' salaries. But it's not the players' salaries where they're cheap. It's all the stuff that you don't see that's behind the scenes. I've been trying to tell everybody this for years. When the Chargers were in San Diego, their facilities, they look nice, but if that's only they look nice to people who'd never been to the other facilities. You know, if you were to go to Green Bay, where there's not an owner, it's publicly owned, and they invest all that money right back into the franchise, and you saw the technology that the Green Bay Packers organization uses to prepare their players to win on Sunday, and then you came back and you saw what the Chargers do, you go, is this the same league? Because the Chargers are a high school team and the Packers are a Premier League team. That's the disparity. Use the Dallas Cowboys as another example. You go see the Dallas Cowboys team facilities and you come back and check out the Charger team facilities, dude, it is like they don't even play in the same league. The Chargers might as well be single A and the Cowboys are the major leagues. That is the disparity that I've been talking about for so many years. And finally, somebody has done a report to explain this. Alex, will you take us through the report that The Athletic did? And I know you may have talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I didn't have a chance to
A
comment
lot
on
of
it.
it.
Okay. So
Yes.
when you find out that, and before, okay, we can look at the breakdown of the categories, but what we need to do is we need to qualify this for everybody, how they got this information. You know, they spoke to players and they were asking players around the league, describe your franchise. I'll give you these categories and tell us how you grade the Chargers in these categories. So they got a or several players from the Chargers to grade these categories. Now, if you don't mind, put the report card back on the screen. Take us through it.
Yeah, so the categories were treatment of families, food service / nutrition, weight room, strength coaches, training room, training staff, locker room, and team travel.
All right. So now you go back up to the top. Treatment of families. That's real simple. You know, when you're an assistant coach and you want to bring your wife and your kids to the pregame and bring them on the field, or you want to have tickets for your wife and your kids, or you need to have parking passes for your wife and your kids, or your parents are coming, how do they treat my family? And the players report D-. Just to give you an example, and I don't think I've ever told this story before, but when my friend Alex Van Pelt, who was the quarterbacks coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, don't you guys think of the Bengals, even just take away their most recent success, don't you have a perception that their ownership is traditionally very cheap? Does that?
Absolutely.
My buddy Alex was telling me this
Absolutely.
story that when he was coaching for the Bengals, they got a $10,000 Christmas bonus, the assistant coaches. And I said, well, is that impressive or is that not? He goes, I've never been to another team. He coached in Tampa, Green Bay, Cleveland, Buffalo. He's like, I've never had a team owner give me a Christmas bonus, $10,000, Cincinnati Bengals. So treatment of families, you know, when you're a team, you want everybody to be part of it. You want the head coach and his wife and his kids, the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator and special teams and the quarterback's coach and receiver coach. You want the trainer. You want everybody to be part of the family. And with that, you got to treat their families a certain way. That's part of the perk of working in the NFL. A D-. You treat my family a D-. Amazing.
Is it?
Oh no, it's not. It's not unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
But it explains things. Food services and nutrition. An F.
F.
An F. When you talk about training your players, it's not just putting them on a practice field. It's not just taping their ankles or dealing with their injuries. What are they eating while they are in the facilities to make their bodies perform at the optimum level? An F?
Una F.
That's incredible. An F.
Believe it or
room.
not, there was teams that got F minuses.
Oh, listen, they're not the worst. They're just one of the worst.
Yeah.
But this is
Well,
why
Browner dropped I didn't even realize it, but Browner dropped the bomb that Arizona Cardinals, they charge their players for dinner.
I didn't know that.
They take it out of
The
their
money,
contract.
the money comes out of their contract from the food that they eat in the cafeteria. Like, come on, man.
So maybe like the Cardinals
really?
got like better food and better options and better meal plans, but they charge you. Whereas the Chargers, they probably just give you whatever they
a
got.
ham sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, no, not a
Bologna.
ham sandwich. It's a bologna sandwich with
Right.
mayonnaise. It's like the old man
They
Spanish.
call
That's
it
what
the
he fed
Alex.
people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Weight room. Weight room is a C minus. Okay. So what does that tell you? That, hey, when it comes to the most modern facilities and the most modern equipment to help me prepare my body to go out on the field, I can go to a gym here locally. I go to 24-hour fitness and LA Fitness. I can go to any of these places and have better facilities than the Chargers. A C minus? Now, interestingly, strength coaches. Hey, human beings. We like the people that are around that work for us or work with us. A minus.
Only
Training
two
room.
teams got below a B, and
Yeah.
both of those teams have fired their strength coaches. The Ravens and the Falcons.
Interesting. How about this? The training room, an F minus, tied for last. Now, guys.
F minus, bro. F
Now, guys,
minus.
Have I not been saying for years that the reason that they are always injured is because they don't use the modern facilities, they don't use the modern equipment, and they don't have good people
They don't
in
even
their
have
training room?
a steam room or a sauna for the boys. They called their hot tubs gross. An F minus.
An F minus in training room. You wonder why this team is chronically injured. And when guys get hurt, it takes forever for them to come back. It's the training room. And then the training staff is a C minus.
I think they just fired their head of staff too after
They
like
did.
20 years.
Dude, their locker room facilities, they call it a D minus. When players show up to their facilities, how their locker rooms are organized, the furniture in there, the logos and I mean, I know this all sounds ridiculous, but I promise you, the locker room and the
It matters to
showers,
the player.
it does matter to the player. It
It's where
does.
they spend, 10, 12 hours of their day.
When the locker rooms in Qualcomm Stadium were garbage, everybody understood it was an old stadium. When the locker
Mhm.
rooms at the Murphy Canyon facilities were garbage, everybody understood, hey, they've been here a long time. They haven't updated things, but they moved to a new facility. Now, the Chargers may combat all this by saying, well, we are moving to a new place. That's true. They are. But I assure you this right now, it will still be half-ass. First
Let me
of all,
ask
they're
you a
not the
question.
people that are building it. They're just the people that are renting it. But it might get better because somebody else is doing that. But this is what Charger ownership is. I couldn't have given, as much as I've tried to explain this for years and people call me a hater, true, guilty. But that report card tells you, if you're a fan, everything you need to know about your ownership. And that's why they can't win.
I thought this report card was one of the best things I've ever seen released by the NFL. I loved it just to see what players actually thought of these organizations. I would say, because I have a question for you after this, I would say the thing that shocked me the most is treatment of families. A lot of teams got really bad grades on treatment of families, which is, kind of mind blowing considering these players dedicate their lives to you, their physical bodies to you. The least you could do is take care of their family when they show up to the stadium. What was the thing that you saw on these report cards that shocked you the most?
I would say treatment of family is a very good one, but I would also say that in the case of the Chargers, the food service and the training room When you have an F for food, that
Mm.
means you don't care about the player's nutrition, and that's a huge part of their success. And then when you don't have a proper training room, um, and you don't have a proper training staff, what the pattern is, we don't care what you eat, and we don't care how to fix your body. We don't care what you put into the tank, and we don't care about fixing the vehicle. And to me, those are two monster areas that if you could go from an F to an A, I'll bet you'd see a team that is, instead of scraping to get into the playoffs or losing in the playoffs, being down by or being up by 28 points and losing in the playoffs or whatever the number was, you would see a totally different team if the nutrition and the training room and the trainers were A pluses. In fact, you know what? We should actually just at another time take a look at who's at the top of the food chain and then try and see if the results match.
They don't.
Okay, interesting. That's
And
interesting.
Unfortunately, the Vikings had the best report card.
Interesting. All right.
Wow,
Well, hold on
let
one
up.
second. Hold on. Everybody stick around. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. We're going to start making our way towards Padres spring training and Tatis's debut in right field. We'll get there. This is Kaplan and Crew.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
I would like to say welcome to the River Road African American Museum. What we do here at the River Road African American Museum is connect the past to the present.
Our museum was founded in 1994 by my sister Kathy Hamburg and our family to actually talk about the history along the river here in South Louisiana. We've been around for about 29 years here in the Donaldsonville and Ascension Parish area, and have become one of the premier museums for the state of Louisiana when it comes to African American history.
When you think about Black history, what we want you to understand is that this is more than Black history. This is Louisiana history.
Sponsored by The Barnes Firm. Proud to support Black History Month. Car crash? Call 1-800-8-million for a free consultation.
When someone you know has COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, things can progress very quickly, making them feel hopeless. But it doesn't have to be like this.
See, Mom, this place is going to be great for you. They're going to help you breathe better.
Pulmonary rehabilitation at La Mesa Rehab focuses on patient education and training. We use special therapies to improve your lungs, clear out mucus, and keep you out of the hospital. Pulmonary rehab is Medicare approved. Call now to see if you qualify or ask your doctor about La Mesa Rehab today.
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray-Lampert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
The #1 disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content. And of course, check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com. We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Hey, everybody, it's Scott Kaplan from Kaplan and Crew. And with me right now is Rick Slider. He's the CEO of MedCline, which, by the way, is a pillow that is going to change your life. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you right now. Rick, how you doing, man? Where do we find you today?
Scott, great to talk to you. I'm in sunny San Diego, a place you're pretty familiar with.
Yeah, I'm glad it's sunny out. I see the Padres stuff right over your head. That looks pretty cool. And some Beastie Boys. You got some cool stuff behind you.
We had a different sports team up on the wall for a while that had to be taken down, say half dozen years ago. But the Padres still flies prominently on the wall.
I love it, man. Hey, if you could, while we have this time together, can you tell everybody the backstory of MedCline and how you guys have become such a big San Diego company selling all over the world, and what the deal is with the MedCline systems?
Sure. MedCline started here in San Diego, started by a radiologist whose primary practice was at UCSD. And he was a longtime sufferer of heartburn and acid reflux. Tried everything, tried diet changes, was taking medication, proton pump inhibitors or PPIs that a lot of people take. But he was looking for a natural way to reduce his heartburn symptoms. And he found through trial and error that when he slept in an incline and when he slept on his side, his heartburn and acid reflux symptoms would dissipate. Because he's a doctor, he wanted to make sure that this just wasn't by chance. And so he set up some clinical studies using a system that he designed and patented. We got clinical trial results, found that there was a strong reduction in the esophageal acid that would take place during the night, reducing his symptoms. And with that, decided to create a product called MedCline and commercialized it a few years ago. And that is really how our company began, with his personal desire to stop his heartburn and reflux symptoms.
That's amazing. It really is amazing. Like when you have something wrong, you're like, I'm going to fix this problem. But you know what's amazing to me is that acid reflux is a problem that obviously a lot of people have. But for me, I have shoulder pain, chronic shoulder pain from the way I sleep, because I sleep with my arm over my head and then my pillow in between. So when I got my first MedCline, I didn't realize there's the reflux relief pillow, but there's the shoulder relief pillow. And it's completely changed everything for me. My shoulder pain has gone so far down because I'm no longer sleeping like this. I'm like underneath. And tell me about the shoulder pillow, please.
Sure. First of all, I'm so glad to hear that it's working for you. That's fantastic. Secondly, as we brought MedCline to the marketplace, we found that there were a number of individuals that benefited from therapeutic side sleeping beyond just those suffering from heartburn or GERD. And the primary use is for shoulder pain. And the reason I think people like you have been so comfortable with the MedCline is because of our patented arm pocket. When you try and sleep on your side and you have shoulder pain, you run the risk of your shoulder getting frozen, exacerbating pain that you might be feeling, whether it's due to rotator cuff, general shoulder soreness. And so our incline has a patented arm pocket that allows you to either rest comfortably on your elbow or to slide through, sounds like what you do, slide your arm through the system so you can stay at an elevation and sleep comfortably on your side throughout the night. And today, here in 2023, our shoulder product is actually our top seller. It surpassed those that suffer from heartburn and acid reflux, simply because there's more people with shoulder injuries across the country. And we're glad that we're able to help you out.
It's awesome. Hey, we don't have a lot of time, but in the last minute, would you just tell everybody how the MedCline products, though, have gone viral, particularly on TikTok? Just give us like a 30 or 60 seconds about what has happened.
You know, I'd love to say that I'm a marketing genius here, Scott, but really it's just about excited consumers sharing the benefits they get of MedCline. And it's amazing what happens when people finally can get a good night's sleep, how they're so excited to share that information. And recently, we've always been a part of social media, but recently we've kind of found a niche within TikTok. I didn't know that healthy sleep TikTok was a subgenre, but it really is. And with a few different posts, we've seen over just in the last 30 days, over 10 million people exposed to our MedCline products. So we're excited about the virality that this has created. I think it's in part because we have a 95% customer satisfaction rate. We know we can help people get a good night's sleep. It does take a while to adjust and sleep differently. But we're excited to see kind of the viral nature of our product grow, and we're excited to help out as many customers as possible.
It's awesome. I want to encourage everybody who's watching right now, go to medcline.com, medcline.com. Look at the different products. Know you're supporting a San Diego company, and I encourage everybody, sleep better with our friends from MedCline.
Drivers are getting in accidents at a rate we've never seen before, jumping 18% since 2020. There are higher incidents of speeding and more aggressive driving since the pandemic began. Please slow down and drive safely. It can save a life.
An ADU is accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
Hey, Hoop fans, it's Victor Howell here, host of the NCAA Tournament Special, Breaking Down the Madness. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local team all the way to the Final Four. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we break down the madness right here on Your View.
Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and find your big fitness energy in a clean and spacious judgment-free zone. Deal in soon. See Home Club for details.
The number one disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content. And of course, check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
At the Barnes firm, we're seeing more pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Drivers are rolling through red lights, and distracted driving makes every intersection a danger zone for pedestrians. Look both ways when crossing, even if you have the right of way.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. Hey, it's Friday afternoon. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We do come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. This segment of the show is being brought to us by Penske San Diego, PenskeSanDiego.com. 12 brands, check that. 12 dealerships, 9 brands, and a website that's going to make your experience really fast, easy, and fun. PenskeSanDiego.com. You're thinking about a new car, thinking about leasing, maybe a certified pre-owned. PenskeSanDiego.com presenting this segment of Kaplan and Crew. Fellas, you guys want to get on to some Padres and some spring training? Because I know that for the first time in my 20-plus years in San Diego, it's like an everyday thing. I mean, it used to be the old school way, which was we went to spring training, we spent a couple days, we met a few guys. Now we're back and we're not even paying attention to spring training anymore. Now it's literally an everyday thing. Alex, you said the other day that you're actually watching spring training games.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched anything? Because I still haven't gotten myself, into watching spring training in the middle of the day kind of deal.
I watched Tatis's at bats, so I kind of just keep track of where they're at. But it's the first 2 or 3 innings and then they're out. But no, I haven't since this first weekend. I haven't tuned in too much to full games.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it's spring training.
Right. So let's start off with Tatis, and then I want to get into Juan Soto, because after the Machado deal was done, now everybody says it's on to Juan Soto. And, I was saying earlier in the week, I don't think so. I think you wait this thing out with Soto. I think you let this thing marinate a little bit. I would not want to sign Juan Soto quite yet. I know what he's done in his career as a very young player, but I'd really like to see him be the guy that he was in Washington in a Padres uniform. And we saw glimpses of it at the end of last year in the postseason. But let's see him when he's comfortable, when he's in the middle of this kind of a lineup, when he's in an everyday position where he feels comfortable and confident. I'm not saying that they shouldn't sign him. I'm just saying that I would like to wait a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a popular opinion, by the way. I've seen a lot of reaction to that opinion on social media, and people are like, you're out of your mind.
Well, I think you have him. Why not keep him? I think we're drunk with extensions right now. We want another shot, even though you're blacked out already. That's kind of where we're at, I feel, with the Padres fan base. Why not?
What do you mean blacked out? What do you mean?
That we just have had so many crazy extensions that we're overwhelmed, and that we're now in the middle of it, and we want more.
Oh, when you said blacked out, I thought maybe we were talking about not being able to see a game on TV. I was like, what are we talking about here?
No, we're drunk. We're
Blacked
drunk
out.
with extensions.
We're drunk with signings.
Yeah. Yeah. It's why not? Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
When you're at the bar and you're like, oh, I'll take a shot. And then oh, I'm drunk. And then your buddy's like, hey, you want another one? And you're like, yeah, why not? That's kind of where we're at with Soto. And they're like, yeah, why not? Hater?
See, no,
yeah, why not?
Not hater, yes. Soto, no. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't do it. He was not good enough in the time we had him to justify doing that. I feel like of all the contracts, that one would probably bite you the most, because we still don't know if he can hit in Petco. We know he can hit. That's not the question. Can he hit for power in Petco? That's the question. Because that's what
on the other hand, yeah, I guess on the other hand, and again, I'm kind of with you, Bronner. I'd like to wait and see. But on the other hand, maybe if the sooner you sign him, the more you save. In other words,
nah.
let me play it out for you.
Nah.
Well, but listen, if let's say he has a monster season, here's a guy who's already turned down a $400 million contract by Washington, right?
That's my point.
So if he has a monster season, now he says, well, Manny's got a $350 million deal, and Tatis has a $340 million deal. Well, now guess what? I'm a $375 million guy. I'm a $400 million guy. I'm a $400+ million guy. If you signed him now, in theory, could you possibly put together a deal? If I said to you, you could give him a 11-year, $350 million deal, the exact same deal Machado has, would you do that?
No, I would look. If I'm going to
world
give this
would
guy,
Soto accept that? He just turned down
Right.
440.
I know, but 440 for how long? Do you recall?
I don't.
I will give you 450 for 15 years. Cool, we can do that. I'm not giving you 400 for 10 or 400 for 8. No, bro.
He
Come
turned
on,
down
man.
15 for 440.
15
so there
for
we go. That's the
440.
number.
Yeah.
15. I give you 15 for 441. Just for the kicks of it.
What
And
does
when
that
you
average
say
out to?
29 million.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's
And then
not
when
so
you
great.
say Soto, we're not sure if he can hit for power.
In
Is
Petco.
Soto considered a legit power hitter?
He has above average power. I would say he has
Yeah.
above average
But
power.
I don't think
He's not
like
Aaron Judge.
He's not hitting
No.
40 home runs a year. That's not. I don't think what you're expecting. You're
No, but what
expecting
I'm
this
saying,
guy to hit for 300, hit
Mhm.
25 plus home runs, 100 RBIs, which is worth a lot. But I don't think that necessarily you're expecting 40 to 50 home runs from Juan Soto.
No, I'm going in the area of 30 to 35. 30 to 35 in Petco and the ballparks in which they play in within the they cut the division games back. But 30 to 35 home runs, I'm solid with that.
So I know that we've said the shift is gone, but
Thank
really,
God.
when you start talking about the shift being gone, you don't think this helps Juan Soto almost more than anybody in the game? Like the dude that just makes contact all the freaking time.
Mhm.
Like this dude could hit 350 this year.
Show me. Then here's your 441. Show
Well,
me.
but if he does hit 350 this year,
I mean, that's a
he may,
wild number nowadays, but I that's how
Well, I
good
mean,
of a hitter he is.
But let's just say his numbers are at the end of the year. He hits 300, he hits 30 home runs, and he has 110 RBIs, and he plays a really solid left field. Let's say all that happens.
Take
He
my
turned
money.
down he turned down 15 years, 440 million, but that average, Alex, you said was 29 million.
Mm-hmm.
For Manny Machado, his average is what, like 30 and change?
32 almost.
Okay,
Average.
So if you're Soto, you say, hey, look, I turned down the $29 million a year contract. I mean, it sounds great, 440 million, but it was over 15 years. If you're the Padres, you look at his age, you look at Tatis's age. Tatis got Tatis got a 14-year contract. If you could say to Soto, we'll give you a 14-year contract that averages $32 million a year. I can't do the math that fast, but that's like 400 million, maybe more. But what I'm saying to you, what I'm saying is this: the opposite side of my argument is this. I'm with you, Browner. I'd like to see it before I sign him. But the opposite side of it is that if you sign him today for a contract that averages $32 million a year, and if in 5 years from now you decide, hey, you know what, we want to trade him, 5 years from now, $32 million a year for a player of his caliber who's not even 30 years old at that time, that might not scare off other teams because it's not even that out of line. In fact, it was so premature that that's kind of a bargain, potentially.
I guess my argument to that would just simply be the reason why he turned that down with the Nationals and why you may have some wiggle room is that they were being purchased by a new owner. So there was a lot of uncertainty to what the future of the franchise and what type of investment the new ownership group would be making into the team. And he didn't want to necessarily trap himself up in that. So that's part of the reason why he turned that money down. So now if the Padres offered him a little bit more than Manny per year on a 14 or 15-year deal, that may be something along the lines of what he wants to do because of how the team's represented itself. So they may be trying to prove to him that the consistency of this is sustainable as opposed to what was happening with the Nationals.
I think that you guys may not agree, but I think that Soto's contract starts at what Aaron Judge got. That's where it starts.
Remind me of Aaron Judge's contract with the Yankees.
9 for 360. He gets paid like $40 million a year.
9 for 360. Okay.
And he's 31. He's already 31 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Soto's 24. Just turned 100 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
40 million a year.
Why is it that it starts there? I mean, Soto's had a
but he doesn't hit your power like that.
I don't care what you guys think about.
Explain your point. Go ahead.
I don't, because you can't have a conversation about Juan Soto without bringing up his agent.
Okay.
Scott Boras
Yeah.
will start there.
Mm-hmm.
He's 24 years old. He's a MVP finalist. He's not the MVP like Aaron Judge was. He doesn't hit home runs, but he's probably maybe a
Like
better
Aaron
hitter.
Judge did.
Play the same position. He's 7 years younger. Like you don't, and he's already turned down $440 million. You don't think it starts there?
But the problem with starting there is that Aaron Judge has been the MVP. And as a Yankee, the team that gave him the money, he set probably one of the most unthinkable, breakable records in that uniform the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
So that conversation is different. And if you're starting there, you're already in trouble because you're now going to tell me that that Juan Soto is going to break some unbreakable Padre records like the Tony Go. If he hits for 395, okay, great example. If he hits for 395 this year, now we can have a conversation on having $40 million a year because you now broke a record in this uniform that we thought would never be broken in this uniform.
Yeah, but I think that if you're going to start with Soto at $40 million a year, I think the reason that you tear up Manny's contract and give him the new contract is because he's been here. You know who he is. You know his personality. You know his leadership skills. You know his production on the field. So he's your guy. Tatis, you made the trade. You rushed him up to the major leagues. He performed. You know, the contract is much smaller early on and much bigger later on as the kid is going to grow and hopefully, you know, work his way into his prime. These are guys that you've had here and you've known. With Bogaerts, his career numbers speak for themselves. And while it's a mega contract, it's not for more than Tatis and it's not for more than Machado. So he's new to the team and it's a mega deal, but it's not more than your guys they're not homegrown, but they're in-house, I'll call them. With Juan Soto, if you're going to give him that much more than Machado and Tatis, I think you're asking for some trouble before he earns it. His career says he's going to earn it. In this uniform, I don't think that he has yet earned it. Now,
I would
you may
agree to that.
I mean, did Tatis earn his? You know, like when he got paid.
He was ours according
Soto's
to
yours
the way
too.
that. Not necessarily.
Soto's here. Soto's been here.
But he
he made his name as a national.
But what we saw Tatis do in a Padre uniform is different than what we've seen.
If you're
Soto
talking
do in a
about
Padre
extending
uniform.
Right
before the season starts,
Yeah.
I don't think that there's a conversation of, well, at Petco, well, when he was a Padre, well, because I'm bringing a resume to you. I'm bringing MVP finalists. I'm bringing a year that he hit like 325 and 30 plus home runs and he's always on base. He's got an OPS of blah 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 blah. I don't think that you're gonna take 2 months of his career and bargain him all the way down and be like, well, he was only here for 3 months and he was pretty damn good in the playoffs, but he wasn't that good for those 3 months, so he's not worth X amount of money.
Let me ask you guys this question.
I'm not going to let them put me in the Aaron Judge corner because that's not a good starting point for me as an organization.
Well, let me ask you this, though. If you're Manny Machado.
We're not at a starting point for an organization now, dog. There's no like if you're not talking about an organization.
Nobody on this roster is making $40 million.
Well, this is what I'm getting at. If you're Manny Machado and you just tore up your deal and now your new deal is averaging $32 million a year, and tomorrow they sign Juan Soto to a 10-year, $400 million deal that averages $40 million a year, how's that work in that clubhouse? Is Manny Machado like happy about that?
Yeah. Manny Machado said Soto's next.
Yeah, but is he worth that much more than me?
We'll find out.
He's younger. He hits for a better average career. He hits for more home runs career or the same amount of home runs. He gets on base way more, strikes out way less.
Yeah, but if you're Machado, you're like, but I'm the leader.
Machado don't give a damn no more. Machado got paid, dude. Tatis got paid.
Yeah,
Bogaerts got paid.
Yeah, but
Machado just signed it. You think he's gonna come on, man?
No.
You
what
like
I'm saying
to,
is,
you do this.
Yeah,
because Browner was doing this too.
What are you talking about?
About how like you guys like to create narratives in players' heads for them.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 100% right. I'm asking the question.
No,
I'm asking the question.
No, I think it's ridiculous to be like, oh, Soto got paid how much more than me? Dude, he just got $350 million.
I think you underestimate.
After already given 100 and whatever it was, 20.
Yeah. I think you
This guy acts
underestimate.
like,
No,
this
I-
guy
I-
acts like he's never met
Manny
a
Machado
professional
not get-
athlete.
I think you underestimate locker room hierarchy.
I think
I
that
really
Manny
do.
Machado.
Exactly.
I think that Manny Machado got $500 million from the Padres, and he starts bitching about how much Soto got. Then that's more on
I'm
Machado.
not saying.
Like, come
I'm
on,
not saying
he
he's-
got
I'm not saying he's
$500 million.
bitching.
Are you guys
No.
crazy?
No, but dude, I'm not saying he's going to bitch. I'm just saying that the question I'm asking is this: is Juan Soto right now the Padres' best player?
Don't know.
No.
Okay.
No.
So if I'm Manny Machado, do I think Juan Soto is our best player? I don't think so. I think if
don't
you're
think
Manny
so either.
Machado, you're like, this is my team. I'm our top guy. I'm the clutch guy. I'm the guy who put us all on my shoulders last year. I'm the guy. Okay. After me, Tatis is the guy. He's young. He's up and coming. He's one of our guys. He's a star, blah, blah, blah. After that, we got Bogarts. We gave him a ton of money. We think Juan Soto is probably the best all-around guy, maybe, but we don't know it for sure in this uniform yet. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I just think that if you're Manny Machado and you're looking at a number after a team gave you $500 million and that's still your biggest complaint, then we got a bigger problem.
No,
You got $500 million, dude. Like,
I understand, man, but I'm just telling you that I think that there is something called
if I'm Manny Machado,
locker room hierarchy.
sure,
And
it
if
is.
I'm the top guy, then I get
I
paid
want
the
top
most.
money.
sure,
Fair.
But if I'm Manny Machado and I'm in a lineup and I got Juan Soto in front of me, or if I got Brandon Dixon behind me, I think I'd rather have Juan Soto making whatever the hell he makes in front of me. Like, I just don't see. I don't think that you can to see what they got for him to even say it. Like, let's sign Soto next. Everyone knows Soto's going to get more per year than anybody on that team.
Because he's younger. Yeah.
He's going to get paid more per year than anybody on that team. That's not like a question. Whether it's with the Padres or somebody else, he's going to get paid more than $32 million a year.
Perhaps
Not
he
perhaps.
is.
He will. He will.
You say that. You say that.
Yes.
Nothing's done yet.
No.
So I'm gonna leave it open to not being an automatic guarantee. You say that the starting point is Aaron Judge. If the starting point is Aaron Judge, that means that I'm going to end at a higher number than Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
If I'm the Padres,
next man up.
If I'm but we've had this conversation in football.
Doesn't stop it.
But there have been plenty of other guys who've signed as quarterbacks that haven't made what Patrick Mahomes made until Aaron Rodgers got his $50 million a year contract. And, we'll see if anybody's going to eclipse that.
Patrick Mahomes is a bargain.
No doubt.
But we haven't seen, like, Daniel Jones is not Juan Soto. I think that's where the buck stops. I mean, it's always
Lamar Jackson is.
Like Jimmy Garoppolo was the best paid quarterback at one point. Like, it's just like, so I'm telling you that he will get paid more, A, because he's the next man up, and A, because he is that good.
Well, look at his spring training. I mean, what Juan Soto is doing right now in spring, and look, we get it. It's early, and it's only spring, and it's Arizona, and it's the air, and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, my goodness. The guy's had 11 at-bats. He's got 8 hits. Could you imagine with your batting average? Your batting average is 727.
Should negotiate now.
Yeah, right. That's right.
What I'm doing now.
I mean, Soto has said, and I guess it's Soto, it's, just his people, his, anybody around him, that, we're open. Go ahead, Alex, read what Soto had to say.
Yeah, because there was a report in the New York Post by John Heyman yesterday saying that the Padres are going to approach both Juan Soto and Josh Hader for an extension already now before the season. And Soto said, quote, "We're open to talking. We're just waiting. It's a business at the end of the day. I just want to come out here and concentrate on playing baseball. I'll let Scott do the job."
Uh-oh.
And honestly, I want to make it one thing clear. I only say it starts at Judge because it's Scott Boras. That dude will take Juan Soto to free agency before he lets him sign for less, in my opinion.
But less than what? Less than Aaron Judge?
Mm-hmm.
See, and here's where, in my opinion, he's going to have some competition. Because if Ohtani, who everybody loves, if Ohtani will accept 14 years at whatever you get, a penny over what you gave Machado, What are we doing?
Dude, Ohtani's
What are
going
we
to get
doing?
paid more than Juan Soto.
But I hear what you're saying. But
So you
what
can't
I'm
even
saying
compare to Ohtani and Soto. They're
Well,
two
we don't-
totally different worlds, man.
we don't know what
Ohtani's going to get $500 million. No problem.
We don't know what he's looking for. He could be looking for a contender so he can be a perennial winner.
You
We
know
don't
who
know
contends? The Mets, the Yankees, the Dodgers.
The Mets contend with what? We beat them. Stop it.
Okay, but they won
Stop
101 games. They're a contender.
And
Padres
guess
didn't
who
win
beat the
anything.
brakes?
Padres
Guess
didn't
who
win
beat
anything.
the brakes off them? We did too. The Dodgers won
What are we
100-something
talking
games,
about now?
and guess what happened?
What are
We
we
beat them
talking
too.
about now?
Get
Like,
out
what
of
are
here.
we-
We're talking about sustainability.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
No. All right, hold on a second. Let's hit this break. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios.
We're
gonna get to the highlight of the day. Stick around, everybody. This is an interesting conversation though about what the Padres should do related to Juan Soto and how much is he really worth and when should they sign him or try and sign him. It's a very interesting conversation because everybody else, you kind of gotten these things done. And to Machado's point, he's next. Stick around. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Highlight of the day coming up.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Murray Lampert now brings architectural and interior design to a whole new level for your remodel, ADU, or whole house build.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
Visit murraylampert.com.
This is a huge wall. I'm sure it presented some challenges.
You're right, Sarah. And what it was in the model we noticed there was too much wood. This was supposed to be clad. And with the beautiful stairs and railings, we realized that we need to come up with a different finish. So we used these reglets that are metal with the drywall, and it gave it this grid look that also matches up with the beams.
Wow, that came out beautiful. If you want to see how they conquered more design challenges, check out Our Family, Your Home.
Welcome to the Super Dentists, where kids are the center of our universe. Serving San Diego for over 25 years, the Super Dentists offer the newest dental technologies to provide safe and comfortable treatments for the entire family. We've reimagined the entire dental experience by creating a fun and engaging atmosphere featuring our heroic dentists and award-winning super crew. Book your appointment now. Extended hours and Saturday appointments available. Call or text 855-GO-SUPER or visit thesuperdentist.com.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
For many consumers, sleeping at night should be an easy experience. For many, it's not. There are a number of reasons for that, most notably those that suffer from acid reflux or heartburn. There are also many individuals dealing with various pains or ailments. MedCline is a sleep solution company with our goal to allow people to have a healthy and peaceful night's sleep. And we do that with our therapeutic side sleeping systems. Our patented, clinically studied MedCline relief systems are designed to place an adult in an elevated side sleeping position, which can help them reduce the symptoms or issues they're dealing with. MedCline systems are registered with the FDA, and as a medical product, MedCline systems are qualified for use with FSA and HSA funds. For anyone looking for more information, you can visit medcline.com/sleepbetter.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Kaplan from Kaplan and Crew Tonight here on Cox Your View. Just want to tell everybody that Cox TV home base throughout Southern California. But you can get us on radio on 1090. You can get us on our YouTube channel, all the different audio podcast platforms. And I want to say thank you very much to a San Diego-based company that's selling all over the world. That's MedCline, MEDCLINE, medcline.com. They're going to change the way you sleep. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.